So for those of you that haven't practiced with me before, my name is Georgina and I am your yoga teacher for today. So what I wanted to do today was kind of focus on the idea of a flow state. For me, my favourite part of yoga is when we flow. I know I've said this before. And the way that you kind of lose yourself in a flow and all the outside noise just kind of disappears. And one really good time to do that is first thing in the morning, because it kind of sets you up right for the day and it gets you out of that habitual rush that we often just kind of jump into the second we jump out of bed in the morning. So this is only going to be a short yoga practice, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. But the idea is to get you moving, it's to get you wiggling, it is to find that flow, to find that quiet space away from the noise that we often fall into, and I hope you find it really beneficial. Now, of course, you don't have to do it first thing in the morning, you could do it at any point in your day. It won't take too long, it will be strengthening, it will be stretchy, and I hope you really enjoy it. We're gonna start in child's pose. Okay. So just bring your arms down in front of you and melt your chest down towards the ground. And wrap the outside edges of the arm bones down. And then imagine that you're just gently pulling the heart towards the fingers as you sink your hips a bit further back towards the heels. So you're kind of beginning to create a bit of space through the sides of the waist. And then from here, melt your chest down to the ground a little bit more. And begin to find a slow breath. And taking a full inhale. And then a full exhale. And consciously decide to slow yourself down, to breathe slow and even breaths the whole way through your body, so everything has kind of like a sense of awareness, even your finger pads touching the ground. And then on your next inhale, come up to hands and knees. And when you get there, just tuck your toes and make your way straight into a downward facing dog. Now, if it's the first one of the day, or anything, to be honest, feel free to wiggle it out. And you can twist out the hips a couple of times, you can pedal out the feet. Take a couple of moments to wiggle in, to kind of make this feel a little bit nicer. And then we'll find stillness. So hands are shoulder distance apart, the feet are hip distance apart. There's a sense of grounding as you root the fingers, but then also pulling back through the arm bones, through the legs, like you're lifting up through center. Melt your heart down towards your thighs. No, it's okay to have bent knees, heels lifted, that's not a problem. And still finding that long, slow breath. And then softening the knees even more, just gently bending them, looking to the hands. We'll walk our way to the top of the mat. And when you get there, take the feet nice and wide, take hold of opposite elbows and begin to sway out in a ragdoll. So just gently finding this movement across the balls of the feet to really get into the backs of the legs. And again, this rhythm matches that even and slow breath. Like you might drop the chest a bit more with every single exhale. Or maybe you find in this slow movements that you find those areas that are a bit niggly through the backs of the legs, and can you maybe press into them? And then let the hands be heavy. And the knees stay soft and we'll roll up to standing nice and slow. Nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. And the shoulders roll back. And then bring the feet about hip distance apart at the front of the mat. Shoulders back, close the eyes, hands to heart center. And puff your heart up towards your thumbs like you're creating this little bit of connection. And notice how as you do, you can find a little bit of lift through the low belly. And then bring your left foot down a lot and draw the right foot off the ground. Pulling that right leg bone back up into a socket. Okay, notice all these little bits of engagement, this awareness through your body. As you exhale, hinge from the hip, begin to send the right leg back behind you. Now keep that connection with the heart to the thumbs and keep that pressing back of your right foot towards the back wall. Exhale, bend the right knee, bring the knee to the chest. Dog pose, keep that lengthening through the lower back. And then exhale, set the foot down. Okay, same on the other side. So heart connects to the thumbs, the pull up of the belly. The left leg hovers off the ground like you're pulling that leg bone up into its socket, and notice how the whole leg engages and pulls up. Now maintain that as you begin to hinge forward. Heart stays connected to the thumbs. The left leg kicks back. The right foot is grounded like you're lifting up from the foot. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, stork pose, keep that connection between heart and thumbs, and set the foot back down. Okay, we're going to add on. So inhale, left foot roots, heart lifts to the thumbs, the shoulders are down, the waist is long. The right foot hovers and sweeps back. Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. The toes are flexed and pointing down to the ground. Exhale, draw your knee to your chest, stork pose, root the left foot, and notice how that helps you lift the right knee a little bit more. Okay. Now come back into a Warrior 3, extend the right leg back out behind you, but then bend the left knee. So you're in this kind of Warrior 3 that's super, super active. And then bring the hands on top of the left thigh, and as you press your hands into the thigh, go longer. So the chest reaches forward more, the right foot kicks back more. Exhale, feet together at the top of the mat. Hands come to the heart. Inhale, heart puffs up to the thumbs, shoulders back, a little bit of core engagement. Hover the left foot off the ground. Exhale, take the leg back. Hinge from the hips, stay connected, heart to thumbs, right foot rooted. Exhale, left knee comes up to the chest, keep the right foot rooted, lift, 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 lift. And then we'll go back, Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Keep spreading those left toes. Exhale, bend the right knee. Hover, pause, and then the hands come to the thigh, and then find length. So press the hands to kick the foot back to lengthen through the waist, the heart. Exhale, feet together, and then inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, soften the knees, forward fold. So you can keep a bend in the knees if you need to, and then halfway lift, inhale like you're filling up. Fold it down, exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders back, broad collarbones, really root the toes, and then just fold it down, exhale. We'll do one more, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, the hands come down, but this time step back, downward facing dog. And then again, if you want to pedal out for a second, feel free. And then find the stillness. And notice in your downward facing dog whether you're kind of hopping back into habit or whether you are still finding these little bits of kind of challenge, like you're lengthening through the backs of the legs, you're really lifting the chest, and all these little bits that make up awareness. So rooting down through the fingers, inhale, take the right leg up to the sky in a 3-legged dog. And spin the outer right hip bone down as you draw the inner thighs together. Come up onto the left tip toe. And then bring your right knee into your chest. Just use that to encourage a round through the spine and step the foot through between the hands. Drop the back knee, but keep the back toes tucked under. Inhale, the arms come to the sky in a lunge. Pull the feet together. Now root the front foot, root the back toes, lift the heart, inhale. And then as you exhale, take the hands down, and as you do, lengthen out the front leg, lifting the front toes, hinge forward. And the heart and the collarbones are wide. Your right leg bone pulls back into its socket as your fingertips extend in the other direction. Inhale, bend back into the front knee. Lift the back knee off the ground and take the arms to the sky, high lunge. Shoulders stay soft. There's lengthening through the waist. And then exhale, hinge forward, reaching the arms towards the front of the room. Now the arms stay up by the ears. The shoulders pull back. Hands down, exhale. Step straight back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Think about rounding the spine, foot comes down between the hands. Back knee drops, arms to the sky, inhale. Soften the shoulders, lengthen through the waist. Exhale, the hands go down, the front leg lengthens, and then fold down over that front leg, like a halfway split. Bend the front knee, back knee raises, inhale, arms to the sky, high lunge. Good, soften the shoulders, lengthen the waist, and then exhale to hinge forward, lean. Really root your left toes, take a breath in. Hands down, exhale. Downward facing dog, left leg back. Now let's begin to move with the breath. Now that we've patterned that into the body, right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Foot comes down alongside the right thumb and drop the back knee down. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands back, lengthen out the front leg, peel the toes off and fold down, hinging from the hip. Inhale, bend back into the front knee, back knee raises, high lunge. Exhale, arms by the ears, lean forward. One breath in to pause. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, downward dog. Left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. Foot down alongside the left thumb. Drop the back knee. Inhale, arms to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, lengthen out the front leg, hands back, heart hinges down. Inhale, bend back into the front knee, back knee raises, high lunge. Exhale, find your lean, extend through the fingers, pause. Hands come down, downward facing dog. Last one with an add on, right leg lifts, inhale. Root the fingers, lift the toes. High on the left tiptoe, exhale, right foot steps forward and the back knee drops. Long waist, inhale, low lunge. Exhale to lean back, halfway split variation, heart drops over the front thigh. Inhale, bend back into the front knee, high lunge. Exhale, hands forward. Now this time, inhale, bring the hands to the heart and lift the left leg off the ground, but keep a bent right knee in your warrior three, like we did before. Hands come onto the thigh, press the hands into the thigh, go longer through the left leg, longer through the chest. Exhale, toes find the ground. Arms come all the way up, inhale. And then hands down, exhale. Okay, step it back. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, dog knee to chest. As you round, step the foot through. Back knee down. Inhale, arms to the sky. Good, low lunge. Exhale, halfway split. Hands back, heart forward. Inhale, high lunge, lift the back knee off the ground. And exhale to hinge. Hands to the heart. Inhale, bent leg, warrior three. Root the left toes, kick the right toes back, bring the hands to the thigh. And then press as you lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, toes find the ground. Hands come to the ground. Step back. Downward facing dog. Okay. And take a second to breathe. And your shoulders away from your ears, take an inhale. Nod your chest, take an exhale. And do that one more time, inhale. And then exhale, bending your knees, bring your gaze to your hands. And from here, you're just gonna walk the feet to about midway to the mat. Take the knees out to the sides and sit down into this kind of like squat with the knees out wide and the toes together, so bead pose, and take your arms out in front. From here, just begin to drop down, melt the heart down towards the toes, ears by the biceps, and finding some space through the back. And you can find a little wiggle if that feels nice. Okay, and then slowly walk your hands back towards you. You can either take the legs to the side and sit yourself down, or you might just come all the way to seated from here. So Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. And again, we're gonna find a fold. Now sometimes in Baddha Konasana, in wide folds, we don't feel that we get this kind of anchoring and this ability to drop because we're so really engaging to reach. So this is where your hand placement becomes kind of useful. So you could bring the hands behind to help you if you would like. If you find it more useful to have the hands on the legs or reaching out in front, not a problem. So take a breath in to think about lengthening, whether that's from here or whether that's from here. And then on your exhale, hinge from the hips, so forward, long, low back. And then we'll drop down. Now your hands can stay behind if that's useful. If you'd rather have them reaching out in front, kind of dropping down from here, then that is fine. Close your eyes. Allow the breath to go through the back of the body again. Like you're melting your chest down towards the toes. And just go for a few more breaths here. And kind of gone full circle, coming back to slowing our breath back down. After you've found a little bit more quiet in all the movement, can you find it in stillness too? And come all the way back up. Take your right leg behind you, like you have this little stag pose. So the sole of the left foot is on the, kind of by the right kneecap. And your hands come forward, and then from here, if you go more towards the knee, it's a little bit more easy. If you go towards the center, it's a little bit more challenging. So you probably want to feel like where you want to be. So start by the knee, walk to center, and then bow down from here. And close the eyes. If you've got blocks, feel free, maybe a pillow. Stay quite long. You can lengthen the arms out a little bit more, maybe melt down through the chest. I'm going for about 5 breaths here. And stay long through the low back, as if you could make your collarbones broad. Melting down more and more with every single exhale that you take. And then gently coming back up. Taking the right leg in. Swapping the left leg back, and doing the same on this side. And know you'll be different on this side because we walk different, and we stand on one hip, and we hold our bag on one side. So embrace that. Okay. Start by the knee. If you have more space, you might go towards the foot. If you have more space still, you might walk the hands out, bow down in center. Again, following the breath. So slowing it back down. Sometimes we lose that in transitions, that's okay, but can you fall back into it now? And stay long through the spine, eyes closed. And come all the way back to center. And bring your hands behind you. This time just swing the legs so that they face forward, and you're going to roll yourself all the way down to lying on your back. And when you get there with your knees bent, just take a second. Let your collarbones be broad. And then toe heel your feet together, knock your knees out to the sides. So Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly. So these are physical reminders of breath. That you feel the belly and the chest press into the hands as you're here. So there's an awareness that you're choosing to create. And then follow the breath in through the nose. And slow it down out through the nose. And feel your body drop as you exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then just give yourself at least a few more minutes here. Eyes closed. Breathing. Choosing to slow yourself down before you begin.